Hey everyone, Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, your journey partner in business, the world's first business Reiki master, helping entrepreneurs and CEOs be visionary by getting your energy into alignment. You can check me out at naturalintuition.com, and let me set the timer before I forget. All right, 20 minutes on the clock. Let's do this. Today's topic that my spirit guides have asked me to talk about here in the group is your top 10 signs of self-sabotage. Now, by the way, if you are watching live, put hashtag live. Hey, Goddess Sonia, hey there. Put hashtag live if you are with us. If you are watching on the recording, go ahead and put hashtag replay so that we know to love you up for being a part of this message. And self-sabotage, oh my word, let me light a candle. Let me light a candle for this one. And by the way, light your candle or drop a candle emoji if you want to send some healing to self-sabotage. Before we get into this topic, I just wanted to say I pulled tarot in my VIP group this morning, and it was like boosh. The energy just blew up. It was incredible. Hey Emily, hey Goddess, love you. It was incredible to see the Chariot. The Chariot. And by the way, for anyone who knows tarot and is a tarot card reader, feel free to drop your reading of the Chariot around this issue in the comments below. Would love to hear your insight. I believe in the power of the communal mind, right? Just because I'm on camera doesn't mean I'm any smarter than you who's watching. I want to hear what's your insight from the Chariot. And as you can see, it says Archangel Metatron, and important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. That is Doreen Virtue's interpretation of the Chariot. My spirit guides say that this card is especially coming forward for us in our businesses for this week in particular, not only the week behind, but also the week ahead, to say that things are moving fast. Things are moving fast right now. We're in the midst of, at the filming of this live, a portal being like a fast-moving stream of energy, energetically speaking. So this is the portal of 2 of 2022, right? So February 2nd of 2022 through 2/22 of 2022. So that is February 22nd of 2022. This is a fast-moving energy. And the number 7, my spirit guides especially wanted to highlight around the Chariot, has to do with mindset. Do you have the mindset that is able to harness the energy, this fast-moving energy that we are in right now? Or is your mindset going to sabotage you and turn this wonderful portal of light and an advancement and all of that into a hot mess of self-sabotage? We're going to be looking at that with the top 10 signs that you are headed for some self-sabotage. You may not even recognize it because this is something that we do unconsciously to ourselves. We self-sabotage to make sure that we reinforce the status quo. Stay safe, stay small. Stay safe, stay small. Don't take risks. Don't go outside of your comfort zone. Don't upset the apple cart, right? Don't make anybody uncomfortable. Stay safe, stay small is what that mindset that we have that causes self-sabotage. Now, what is, for those of you who may not be like me, because I'm going to put myself on the operating table first because you're watching. If you're watching me get on the operating table, you are getting operated on. So that's why I'm comfortable putting myself on the operating table here around, heck yeah, I have patterns of self-sabotage where I get uncomfortable with things getting too good or also things getting too bad. One of my mentors, Jared McDonald, talks about rock bottom motivation. That it isn't until we're at that rock bottom experience of, for example, approaching a weight on the scale where we're not allowed to cross that weight. I'm like, no, I can't get past that number on the scale. And then I'll pay attention to my health. Or only when somebody else kind of shames us, or our kids are like, mommy, you're not able to keep up, only then do you shift your self-care or shift things. Is rock bottom motivation. But when we have rock bottom motivation, that only lasts for a limited amount of time. And then when we're into kind of like, we're out of the red and kind of back into the gray zone, not even in the green, we won't be motivated anymore, right? Solved the initial problem, and that's when the self-sabotage starts cropping up. And this happens in all areas of our lives and businesses. Health, wealth, relationships, your mindset, self-care, your money. We can lose motivation because things have gotten good, and so we'll get a little bit lax. Or my spirit guides are especially saying, with the Chariot being the tarot card that was pulled today, instead of it being like, oh, things are fine, no, it's go time. And that's why you're sabotaging yourself, because it's go time. Go time good or go time bad? Go time bad is when has hit the fan and stuff is not good. And so now you're being pushed out of, how do you say, reticence, or being pushed out of keeping silent. And now you're really taking action. But once the bad is done, then, okay, we're not going to take any more action. We're going to slide back into it. Self-sabotage, being triggered by go time on the bad end. And then on the good end of things are going really good. Oh, snap, the sales are coming in, closing bigger clients, right, are getting paid more than ever. Forget my self-care. I don't know. I don't have time for that. It's one of the 200 lies that we tell ourselves as humans every single day. Every single human being, studies show, tells themselves 200 lies to get through the day, right? I learned this from my dear friend Andrew Mellon. And seeing that, okay, if I tell myself I don't have time, I will make sure that I'm not going out of control, or that I don't get too successful, or I don't get too sexy, so that I'm not too much for the people in my life who might be threatened by my advancement. Is this making sense? Yes or yes? Type a yes in the comments below if this is resonating, or if you're getting what I'm putting down. Alrighty, so let's get to it. The top 10, counting down the top 10 signs that you may be sabotaging yourself. Now we've kind of laid the foundation work. And by the way, these top 10 signs are inspired by an article by Goddess Krisha Young on LinkedIn, right? So top 10. Number 10 is distractions. Allowing yourself to get distracted, I'm reading the article, by things such as cat videos, the laundry, your phone, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of the, allowing yourself to get distracted more and more. Sign number 10, type number 10 if you're a number 10. The 10th out of 10 signs, right? We're going to count down to number 1, that you may be headed for some self-sabotage, is that you're allowing yourself to be distracted. And hello, working from home, this is like a breeding ground for distraction. The cat, the dog, the kids, your laundry, the Amazon guy came at the door, the UPS guy came at the door, like blah, like it's such a distraction, and it's a wonderful breeding ground for self-sabotage, working from home, especially if you're a number 10, allowing distractions to come in where, you're Facebooking or you're podcasting instead of doing what you're supposed to do, or you're cleaning instead of closing sales, right, and sending the invoice. Type number 10, honor it, anchor it. As you type it, you let it go. Next, number 9 out of the top 10 signs that you may be self-sabotaging is overwhelmed. Have you been feeling overwhelmed lately, or just like kind of frozen by how much is going on, or just disconnected or blank? That's another sign of overwhelm. When you look at the big picture, she says it feels too much, too exhausting, and so you stop. This is where you complain about being stressed a lot. Number 9 is overwhelm. Have you been stopping yourself before you even get started because everything is just, it's going to take too much energy, right? I can't send the email because it's just, there's so much that I have to type. It's too much. It's too much, right? Or I can't go live because, I got to get ready and I got to have all of the lighting. I got to have an idea and figure out what to say. It's too much, right? Overwhelm. Number 9, the 9th sign out of 10, counting down. Type number 9 if you've been feeling overwhelmed and you're just stopping yourself before you're getting started. My spirit guides just said, you're especially a number 9 if you know what you're supposed to do, but you're not doing it. Overwhelmed, giving that overwhelmed story to stop you from things getting any better, so that they can stay just as bad as they always have been. Number 8. Ooh, that's so painful. The 8 out of 10 signs, number 8, that you may be self-sabotaging is confusion, right? It's very similar to number 9. It's number 8 of confusion. She says, when you sit there and say to yourself, oh, I don't know. I don't know why it's happening. Or I don't know what to do. Or I don't know how to do that. The I don't know, allowing that story of I don't know to stop you in your path as an excuse or a limiter that is self-inflicted, making sure that you don't grow or go or glow too bright, right, or go too big, simply because I don't know. I don't know. Or when someone asks you, well, why aren't your sales up? Or why aren't you working out every day? Oh, I don't know, right? That it's to stop the progress. Be kind to yourself. There's a coaching reframe of, well, what would it be if you did know? That's can be helpful if a person isn't immune to that yet. Shout out to all my coaches up in here who are like, oh, oldest trick in the book. What would it be if I did know? So if you're immune to that, by the way, if you're a number 8 and you're suffering from I don't know, and the I don't know story is stopping you, what helps me, because I'm kind of immune to, personally myself, to the whole, what would it be if you did know, Victoria? What helps me is to say, well, I can't be the only person in the history of time ever on the face of the planet who ever wanted to do this. Let me go see who does know. Let me go see who does know. If it's a Google, if it's a YouTube, if it's a ask somebody, if it's a book, whatever it takes. But shifting to say, I can't be the only person in the history of time who's ever had this question. Just refusing to believe that I'm that special, that if I don't know, that means it's impossible. Relax. If you're an I don't know, that's number 8. Number 7 out of the top 10 signs now that you may be going through some self-sabotage, like sneaky ways self-sabotage creeps in, is procrastination. Right? I'm looking and reading it to you. Procrastination. So procrastination is putting off what you know you want to do. Putting off what you know what you want to do. Now, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what you want to do. You know what needs to get done, and just putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Procrastination. Be kind to yourself. If you've been putting off, right, going to the dentist, or you've been putting off signing up for that program, or you've been putting off meditating, or you've been putting off the insert thingy that you've been putting off, or you've been putting off telling people about your new program. If you keep putting it off, that is a sign that you are self-sabotaging. If you know what needs to get done now, and you may have more than like 0 money in your bank account, so you could even pass it to someone to help you get the thing done now, you are actively stopping and blocking your blessing. Be kind to yourself. Self-sabotage is a way to make sure that, I don't get too blessed. I don't want to get too blessed. Be careful if that is what is coming up in your energy. So this is a number 7. If you are doing some procrastination lately, this is a sign of self-sabotage, right? If you are putting things off that you know should have been done now, or why not, like, should have been done yesterday, be kind to yourself. My spirit guides are saying, showing me a repeating theme of thinking that if it is to be, it's up to me. So this is a bonus. This is like a 7.5. If it is to be, it's up to me. If you keep that me mindset, you will continue to self-sabotage. Don't go it alone. Flip me upside down. What does it look like? Flip me upside down. What does it look like? We! Flip it. Flip the script. Shift from thinking about just me. I got to do it. I got it. It's up. If it is to be, it's up to me. No. If it is to be, it's up to we. We got this. Okay? Blessed be. Flipping me upside down is we. Flip the script. Let's go. There you go. Sonia's got it. Number 6 of the top 10 signs that I may be having some self-sabotage creeping in there. And this may be an assessment of not you, but your clients, your children, your lover, your family. It's like, this is, we're not talking about you, right? So then you can take the assessment for somebody else that you're serving. Number 6, blame victim mentality. Here we go. It's her fault that I couldn't get to work. Why is it that every time I go to do this thing, something always gets in my way? Why is everyone against me? It's their fault. If they hadn't have done that, I would have been able to get it, right? Or they're taking up all of the space in the industry. There's too many spiritual coaches out there already, Victoria. There's no way that I could get started. It's saturated. The world does not need another coach. And so I'm not going to start my coaching business. I'm not going to relaunch my coaching business. I am not going to close more coaching clients because the world does not need another coach. The world does not need another Reiki master. And you damn sure doesn't need another spiritual business coach. I'm just not going to put myself out there and spare everyone because it's the industry's fault that I'm not taking action. Right, Sonia? Bring it in. Be kind to yourself. Stop giving everybody else your power. Stop giving everybody else your power of blaming. Oh, it's because my dad touched me when I was a child. Oh, it's because my auntie never picked me up from school. It's because blah, 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 blah. Be kind to yourself. You are giving away your power. If your power was dollars, you are making it rain on everybody else. You are making it rain on everybody else. When you place blame on others, people, places, things, circumstances, the pandemic, right? Be kind to yourself. If that's the situation, be kind to yourself. So with that, let's get to number 5. Let's get to number 5 of the top 10 signs of self-sabotage. Number 5 is exhaustion. Have you been feeling tired lately? Or especially, it's like strategically tired. Not you intentionally. I'll put on me. I'm not intending to be exhausted, but it's like when I have to do something important suddenly, I can't. I need to take a nap, or I don't have energy. Like suddenly, I become very self-aware of how exhausted I am when it's time to close the sale, or when it's time to come to the call, or when it's time to go live, etc., and to promote the business. Tired and exhaustion. She says, when you start to feel like you just want to rest or sleep instead of doing the thing you know you want to do, right? Like, I want to date more, but I gotta go out and put myself out there. I don't have the energy for that. Nobody want to be up at 12 a.m. with all the music blasting, people yelling in your face. Be kind to yourself. Number 5, right? It's another sign of 10 that you are headed for a bit of self-sabotage. Number 4, irritation, anger, and sadness. So if you've been feeling any kind of emotion that distracts you and gets you to think of other things than the task at hand, like being pissed that you have to send the email, or being annoyed that like you have to promote yourself, you have to be the one that gets out there, puts yourself out there. That emotion, if you don't move through it, can actually, if you get connected, like really attached to that emotion, it can stop and block you from your progress. Alrighty, thank you, timer. So we're coming down to time. We're gonna go super fast. So number 3 was feeling number 4 was irritation, anger, and sadness. Getting caught up in the raging and the grieving. My spirit guides are saying, before we move to number 3, it's important to know that there's nothing wrong with being angry. And there's nothing wrong with being sad. There's nothing wrong with feeling frustration or irritation. There's nothing wrong with your feelings. What's wrong is hooking into that and not fully moving through the feeling. So if you need to rage, go rage. If you need to grieve, go grieve. Really lean into it. Learn how to ground yourself. If you don't know how to ground yourself, then we need to talk, essentially. Click the link in the description of this video so that you can hop on my calendar and talk to a member on my team about what is grounding. How do I have a feeling and not get attached to it? So let's go. Number 3, negative self-talk is one of the top 10 signs that you may be sabotaging yourself. So the negative self-talk is like beating yourself up in order to focus. Of like, oh, you idiot, why didn't you do that? You're so stupid. I'm never going to be able to blah, 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 blah. I'm too stupid to write. Who do I think I am to write a book? Who do you think you are, Victoria? Like, yeah, putting yourself out. You ain't nothing. You're not so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Sit down. Sit down. The negative self-talk. This is an interesting thing. I'll make this point super quick because we're going fast. I want to honor time. That if you grew up in a house with corporal punishment or shaming punishment, so like how your parents taught you how to focus as a kid, right or wrong, maybe they, gave you a pow-pow, which is corporal punishment, corpse, the body, or shamed you and criticized you in order to like feel the guilt so that you don't do the thing anymore. That negativity can be internalized in the form of negative self-talk. And so that negative self-talk is then you giving yourself the pow-pow, you giving yourself the guilt and the shame trip to make sure you don't take any risks so that you don't feel unsafe, right? You got to make sure you stay safe, stay in small, stay inside the comfort zone. Be honest with yourself. You may be in number 3 if it's the negative self-talk. Number 2, avoidance. Avoidance is a sign of self-sabotage. When you ghost on people or tasks or numb out with things like social media, food, wine, pot, shopping, working on mindless tasks, working on other people's stuff instead of your own business, giving other people advice on how to improve their life instead of taking your own medicine, that's avoidance, and that is actually a form of self-sabotage. Right? Be kind to yourself if you're diverting your attention from what your needs are, putting yourself last as like, the holy martyr mother complex. You don't have to be the holy martyr in order to be significant. Everybody doesn't have to be okay in order for you to be okay. Did you know that? To every empath watching right now, whether on the hashtag live or the hashtag replay, everybody doesn't have to be okay in order for you to be okay. You can actually flip the script and you be okay first, and everybody else see that there is an okay person around them, and they, by extension, infect themselves with the feeling okay. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And then the number 1 out of the top 10 signs of you may have some self-sabotage going on right now is resistance. Resistance is basically all of the above. It's sometimes there to serve us. She's making this point. I appreciate it. If it's our instinct saying, you know what, this is out of alignment. But most of the time it's warning us against a threat that's not even real. It's just that this threat is unfamiliar to you, so your instincts deem it unsafe, when in reality you're the only one trying to make a sales call or get on stage or write your book. None of these things have killed anybody. It never killed somebody to do a lead gen call, right? Or to like call and check in on that person that has bought from you in the past and loves their stuff and would love and is actually waiting to hear from you. And wouldn't it be a blessing for you to pick up the phone and be like, hey, I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. How's the situation that we worked on before in the past? It's going great. Okay, good. Or, oh, it's not going. Would you like my help with that? Get consent. Get consent. Don't just shove your sale down people's throats. Get consent. Like, oh, do you need help with that? Would you like my help with that? Great. Ching money! Right? Be kind to yourself. People may be waiting to pay you. Who are they waiting for? Big hugs and kisses, because with love, I hope you know that when I am live streaming, I'm looking dead at myself. So this whole message is medicine I'm taking alongside you. Be kind to yourself. No one needs to be perfect. It's just important that we as a community raise awareness around self-sabotage, because we are good people doing good work out there in the world. And when more good people make good money, more good happens in the world. When you have good health, you're able to get more good things done. And so I believe in sharing this awareness so that we can get out of our own way and make the change that we've been called to. If it speaks to you, make sure you hop on the calendar, talk to my team, book your breakthrough call, and we'll see you in the next live stream. If you want to know more about me, click on my face here on Facebook and you'll learn all the things. Big love, Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, your journey partner in business. And we'll see you in the next live stream. See you next week. Bye for now.